Hi guys, first of all, thank you for having me here today, and special thank you to Edward Greenaway and Melbourne CocoaHeads for giving me the opportunity to present here. My name is Edwin, a current Masters of IT student specializing in software development at Swinburne. So, and with that, as with Tim and Brody, who will speak later, I took the Creating Data-Driven Mobile Applications subject, of which Edward Greenaway was my tutor. And today I will talk about my app that I've made for the subject, which is called Off the Leash. My application is technically a collation of everything learned in this subject, and it's also an extension of my interests and my responses to personal problems I've encountered. So before we continue on about the app, I'll just give a quick brief background on who I am. I originally graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Sound Design back in 2017, and currently work as an audiovisual technician and sound designer for theatre and events. But I eventually hope to move into the world of software engineering when I graduate, with a focus of Internet of Things and mobile development. So yes, I'm very much a baby programmer, only starting to learn about programming last year, so please be kind to me and my app. So basically, what does Off the Leash do? Basically, it displays the closest off-leash park to you. It's currently less limited to Dandenong area, and then allows you to also record your dog walks at wherever you are. In the recording feature, you can also set goals for each walk, and the app will let you know if you met the goal. And the app then saves this recorded walk data, which is then displayed on a history page. So just very quickly in finer detail, you can see the Find a Park feature over here that displays the closest off-leash parks via annotations on the map and also in a table view. And on the table view, it also shows like the distance of each park relative to your location. There you can also select, sorry, the video stopped. There you can also select the park from the table view, and the map will just focus in on it, basically. And next, you can see a live walk being recorded. And then it basically records like various like types of data here, and also draws a polyline as the walk is being recorded. And it also indicates whether a goal has been met as well. And over here, you can see my history page being used, which basically shows all recorded walk data according to the date, and as well as the route taken for the currently selected walk. And lastly, my simple goals page, which I might have mentioned, basically allows you to set goals per walk. So with that, I'm just going to quickly go through a high-level overview of some frameworks and tools and classes that I've used to make this app. For the off-leash data, I currently use console-collated datasets from data.gov.au, retrieving them in the GeoJSON format, though I might eventually move to maintain and create my own database to solve various problems with the JSON formatting between each console, as they do vary despite Data Victoria setting a standard to follow, thus making it hard to integrate some of the datasets from other consoles into the app. And even using things like coding keys here can't really solve that problem due to the datasets more or less not having the same information or same data at all. And then to process all this GeoJSON data, I use the MK-GeoJSON decoder to decode the GeoJSON formatted console datasets into an array of custom objects that gets used throughout the app. And for saving and retrieving the recorded walk data and eventually user authentication, I'm currently using Firebase's Firestore database, which is a document-based database. This especially so because the Firestore offers a data type called geodata, which allows me to more or less save coordinates much more easily. For any feature that currently shows a map, I use MapKit, though I would eventually like to migrate some of these features, such as the history page, to use the MKMap snapshotter image instead of MapKit to more or less improve the performance and efficiency of the app. And for location data, such as user location, distance traveled, attitude data, which actually gets used for the cumulative gain calculations. I use the usual CoreLocation classes, and CMPedometer data was used to track the steps of the user during a walk. And lastly, time was used to time the duration of the recorded walk, as well as sorry about that. Sorry. Time was used to time the duration of the recorded walk, as well as to incrementally update the UI when a walk is being recorded, basically. And lastly, of course, table views was used to list out the data, and a tab bar was used for the navigation. So yeah, that's a very basic high-level overview of some things I use to create the app. Some possible improvements to be made on top of what I've already mentioned previously include authentication, as I mentioned, to prevent the users from just accessing each other's data, and getting my elevation gain calculations a bit more accurate, and also maybe even implementing a photo capture feature eventually. This is based on some feedback I received on the app, and also improving the UI, such as a slide up card in place of the table views in my history and find a park page, and also making the UI a bit more pretty and more accessible in general. Once all that is done, I'll perhaps try and put it up in the App Store and see what happens, really. So yeah, that's about it. And thank you very much. I'll hand it back to Matt.